The asylum seeker debate has flared again. Another boat carrying asylum seekers has arrived in Australian waters, this time northeast of Gove in the Northern Territory. The 30 passengers are being sent to Christmas Island to be processed. Meanwhile, the government's being drawn into another standoff involving asylum seekers in the Javanese port of Merak. The Indonesian government has indicated that it wants Australia to offer the group the same speedy resettlement it's given the Sri Lankans who were on board the Oceanic Viking.
Their first attempt to make it to Australia failed. But now, as genuine refugees, Indonesian police say 16 of the Sri Lankans who were rescued by the Oceanic Viking are on their way.
Australia.
Not so these asylum seekers, not yet anyway. 11 weeks after Indonesia intercepted their boat, after a personal request from Kevin Rudd, the Tamils docked at Merak are still refusing to step ashore. The Indonesian authorities are debating whether to use force to break the standoff, and they want Australia to help.
There is a spirit of resolving the issue when it's come to Oceanic Viking. We have a keen interest on the parties involved to resolve this issue as speedy as possible. In the Merak case, we expect a lot of assistance later on, once we move to that period of resettlement.
Adding to the urgency are growing concerns about the squalid conditions on the boat after one man died on Christmas Eve from a stomach illness.
There's a woman who's over 7.5 months pregnant. Most of the kids have got, rashes of some kind. There's periodic outbreaks of, diarrhoea.
We've heard various reports of sickness and illness. We've seen a man die. We've got photos of children that are not looking very well.
The government insists the boat and its passengers are Indonesia's problem.
Ultimately, this whole arrangement and this matter is something that has to be undertaken and dealt with by the Indonesian authorities.
But the opposition suspects Kevin Rudd has already struck a deal to take some of the asylum seekers off Indonesia's hands.
I really think he needs to come clean about exactly what promises he made to the Indonesians.
The government says it's incumbent on the passengers to get off the boat and let the United Nations process their claims. It says it will then consider any requests to resettle genuine refugees. But so far there's been no hint of an offer of a fast-tracked ticket out of Indonesia. Emma Griffiths, ABC News, Canberra.